It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, today's one of those days, but before we get started, you know how this works. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. And why is that important? Because you guys don't want to miss anything that we have coming up. And yeah, let's just give you an update on all of this hot Girardi mess. Okay guys, so if you guys have been living under a rock, then let me tell you what's exactly going on. So obviously we know back in November, Erika Girardi filed for divorce from her current husband, and everyone was speculating why. What's going on? Why would she be getting a divorce, and why now? A lot of people were speculating the fact that there could be some sort of infidelity involved, but also at the same time, people wanted to know, is this fraud? There's so many questions across the board, but what we're trying to figure out is what's actually going on. Now, Erika Girardi recently posted a little bit of a racy photo, kind of showing, it was a photo where you can look up at her where you see full body, and she said, should this be my next online dating profile pic or my online dating profile pic, period, whatever the case is. Now, what was the funniest part about this is that a lot of people who were speculating in the blogs were wondering, is she hooking up with Scooter Braun? Guys, if you don't know who Scooter Braun is, you must have been living under a rock, because that is Justin Bieber's manager. I personally thought there's no way that this is happening, especially if you've seen Scooter's wife. She's beautiful. I think that she's stunning, and she seems like she really has her stuff together. So why really let that go for Erika? Not saying Erika's not beautiful herself, but at the same time, when you have a good thing, why ruin it? That was my whole point. But also, they are playing in the land of Holly Weird. I lived there for almost a decade myself. So when you start thinking about what actually could be going on or what the real story is, your mind is going across the board. You know, I had a YouTuber on here recently named RJ Allen. Shout out to RJ, who made a good point. Usually when people cheat, sometimes they cheat down. And I'm not saying that's the case here, but I do want to just point out the fact that there's a lot of speculation and a lot of people are questioning whether or not that could be a thing. Another thing that everyone is questioning would be her former dance partner, Gleb Savchenko. Gleb Savchenko's wife just recently announced that she can't do it anymore. She can't be in this relationship. She can't continue to move forward pretending like everything is okay and turning a blind eye to the consistent and constant infidelities that are taking place. She obviously loves this man, but he has a real alleged issue not being faithful to his wife, and she's finally called it quits. Everyone was wondering why. Who is he now cheating with? If this is a new current thing and this just happened, was it Chrishell Stause? Guys, if you don't know Chrishell Stause, she was on Netflix's Selling Sunset, all of the seasons, and she was married to Justin Hartley. Now, right before she went on to Dancing with the Stars, she was going through a divorce from Justin. Justin, obviously, if you guys watch Selling Sunset, you see where he kind of just dropped the news on her out of nowhere and said, listen, we're done. She went on Dancing with the Stars, and everyone was speculating, hey, could Chrishell be the one that Gleb Savchenko is hooking up with? But then we find out that is not who she's with at all. She has her own man, and she's gone public with him. She's posted him all over the place, and Chrishell went on to answer, you know, it's not always what you think. Obviously confirming that she is in no capacity, nor was she ever, with Gleb Savchenko. Now, what people are now speculating is if she wasn't with Gleb Savchenko and he was currently cheating on his wife and he was spotted with Erika Girardi, could that be the person that he was cheating with? Again, I don't know if that would be the case, but who knows, guys? Again, this is Holly Weird. I'm curious, though, before we move forward, do you guys think that she could have possibly have hooked up with Gleb Savchenko? Or do you think that she also could have been hooking up with Scooter Braun this whole time? I know that's a big stretch, and obviously we don't have any facts to prove any of this. It's all complete speculation right now. But the fact is that Erika sparks even more of these rumors by posting photos, racy photos of herself saying, should this be my next online dating pick? And then also with the blogs and people, insiders, probably from her own glam squad, who knows, coming out just throwing information out there to see what's going to stick. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, some of us are wondering, is this all for a show? Is this because you want to get the attention off of your divorce and the alleged embezzling fraud that is now taking place in court? They are currently being sued for millions and millions. And if you haven't seen any of my videos before, I'm constantly checking up on Ronald Richards, who is pretty active on Twitter about this whole case, letting us know what's happening from the time that they filed for the divorce, well, she filed, to the two trustees who have now been appointed over their assets, the involuntary bankruptcy on her husband's side, to now her being investigated for, or allegedly investigated for, a criminal case now that she posted a very famous judge's information and text messages on her public platform. You know, Erika Girardi is obviously famous now, even though you guys might think, hey, she's just a real housewife. And really, are they that famous? But yeah, they have the public platforms. They're on Bravo, and Bravo is pretty much all over the world. So everyone knows who she is. And she's also famous in her own little music industry world too. So it's not just from Bravo, but the point is she has a platform. And with that platform comes great responsibility. And when you start blasting out people, especially other public figures who are well respected, those actions are going to have consequences. You know, I was speaking with a very well-known blogger. I had her on my channel today, and she went on to point out something, and this is very public, so I just want to give her credit for it. All About the Tea, Monica from All About the Tea. Guys, if you haven't checked her out, she's amazing. She knows her facts and knows a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. So make sure you go check her out at allaboutthetea.com. She's also been featured on numerous networks. So the point is, she wouldn't be featured and she wouldn't have the success that she did if she didn't have the correct information, right? She dropped a bomb on me today, letting me know that Erika is now being sued by this well-known judge for $15 million. $15 million, that blows my mind, when they allegedly have no money left to even pay off these lawsuits. Now, again, they were being accused of allegedly embezzling millions of dollars from plane crash victims, leaving them or taking money from widows and orphans. That's obviously a huge problem. And if that is true and they do get proven guilty, then Bravo is going to have to answer for keeping her on as a housewife. Again, a lot of people don't want to watch Erika come on to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and share her glamorous life, her glam squad, her Cartier ring that costs more than a house, while there's tons of people out here, tons of victims who have been allegedly frauded out of hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Now, guys, again, when I mentioned Ronald Richards, I've been following him as he's been posting about this case nonstop on his Twitter. You can actually follow him at Ronald Richards, and I believe we're going to have him on our channel very soon to kind of clear up a lot of what's going on with this case and give us the professional's point of view. Let us know what's exactly happening from a legal standpoint, as he is an attorney, and hopefully we'll get some clarification. But he did go on to say that they had defaulted on the taxes for both of their properties, which is, I guess, a bad omen and a big deal, because property tax is a senior lien over everything, which means now the trustees, Runn and Miller, can now evict Erika and her husband from the properties, seize them, and put the properties up for sale. This just gets worse and worse. Now, Ronald said that they owe two different amounts. One is over $16,000, one's a little over $15,000 on their properties, which to us might seem like a lot, but to them, you would think that it would be nothing, especially someone who supposedly spends $40,000 a month on glam. Ronald Richards also went on to say that Runn and Miller are now going to go through all of their different businesses, their LLCs and their companies, to figure out where these millions have been moved to or from. Again, if you guys have been following this case, Erika's husband pleaded that he had no idea. He's pleading pretty much senile, and that he's just like, I'm broke. I have no money and I don't know where it went. Now, again, guys, we have to get Ronald Richards on here because he posted a third tweet saying that there was a new lawsuit discovered against Erika that closed to adjudication, which These are fancy law terms for me, so we got to figure out what this means, and that's why we need the true professional to come on here and share. But we're just going to have to see how this plays out. We're going to need to see what exactly is going on. Did she know about any of this? Is this kind of a sham on his part and she's just a victim of it? Which I know that I posted many videos about this, and you guys are all saying to me, most of you are saying in the comments, there is no way she didn't know what was going on. There's no way that she went on and spent all of this money and lived this lavish lifestyle and never asked questions or didn't know that there was any alleged fraud. For me, I say never, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, when I was speaking with some very well-known bloggers earlier, we were just having a conversation about this because everyone still wants to know, is this going to play out on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11? Will this legal drama be addressed? How could it not be addressed? And the fact is that what other storylines would they really have aside from Kathy Hilton coming on and having some sort of family situation with Kyle Richards? I don't see too much coming from Sutton Strack. We don't know the new housewife yet. Garcelle's really doing well. So honestly, Erika's probably going to have to deal with this legal drama on the show. Lisa Rinna went on to say that Erika will be addressing this legal drama on the show. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. As far as Erika dating again, that's my biggest question is, do you think on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season that we would be seeing Erika dating in any capacity? Would she actually put herself on an online platform, or is she just joking with us on social media? Do you think that she could have been messing with somebody in the industry? I mean, her dance partner's wife is divorcing him, or her ex-dance partner's wife is divorcing him, stating that he just recently had a more current hookup. Could that have anything to do with her? There's so many questions that are up in the air right now, but I rely on your comments to kind of help me guide through. Until we get an insider's perspective or some factual information, obviously this is all up in the air, but we'll have to stay tuned for spring of 2021 and see what happens with Miss Girardi. Real quick before we go, guys, I did also want to mention the fact that Monica did point out from All About the Tea that she does have Erika has a $15 million lawsuit now against her, being put against her allegedly from the justice that she exposed. My biggest question is, how is she going to afford that lawsuit if that goes down? Also, the judge's attorney came out and said that she does have grounds to pretty much go after her for criminal charges. I don't think that Erika knew by posting all of this information that she was or had the ability to be charged criminally. But when you post somebody's phone number, post private text messages, and that person is a very well-known and respected public figure, especially in the judicial system, I don't know how that wouldn't cross your mind. Again, when Erika posted that Instagram post, she posted it, and I think it was on for less than an hour. I don't think that it even made it on for an hour. So she immediately probably knew that something was wrong and took it right off. Some of the other housewives actually commented on the post, but they're not the ones who would be charged with anything. And we're also wondering if this is going to play out as a part of her storyline on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Again, a $15 million lawsuit when you have millions and millions of dollars in lawsuits already against you. It looks like we're adding up to allegedly 10 to 20, maybe even more millions of dollars worth of lawsuits. That's insane. While we know that her husband has filed for involuntary bankruptcy, we know that Erika has not. So could that be around the corner too? Again, guys, there are so many questions. What do you feel? What do you think is going on? Like I said, rely on you guys for your comments. So I'm so curious. Go ahead and comment below. Let us know. And once we get some facts, and also when we get Ronald Richards on here, we will be able to clear so much of this up. We're going to sit down with him, pick his brain, figure out what's going on, and share it with all of you. That's it, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell because you guys don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And yeah, Happy New Year, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.